Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to day 4 of Potatoes Banterbus. Now, today we've got another fantastic contestant who thinks that he can beat the Banterbus. That is correct. It's BRNKoInsanity. How are you doing, man?
I am doing fantastically well, but I don't know that I can beat the curve on this one. I have my doubts.
So of all of the contestants, I think I've told you the least about this quiz so far. I mean, I've not told anybody very much, but I think I've told you the least, which is a good thing, I think.
Great name, by the way. I didn't even know the name of this when we started. I had about a 30-second briefing on the general rules, and we're going to dive into this.
Yeah. Okay. So, once again, ladies and gents, the rules are as follows. Brink is going to be answering a lot of quiz questions. He's going to, try and make sure that he gets as many right as possible. And me, being the generous quizmaster that I am, I'm going to try and help him along the way a little bit as we go. However, the way that you can contribute, kind ladies and gentlemen of the audience, if you like what Brink is saying, if you like Brink's banter, then, smash the like button, and all of those points will go towards helping him beat the Banterbus, so to speak. But without further ado, let's get into it, and let's start off with something a little bit festive. So, are you a big celebrator of Christmas? Are you really into that whole sort of side of things?
Most of the time, yes. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Kind of a family ordeal.
Yeah, I mean, not in a religious way, just sort of you celebrate the season, and I don't know.
It's time for family to get together. It's always a good time.
Exactly, yeah, it really is. Although in America, you've also got this Thanksgiving thing, which I never really understood as a dirty European.
See, my personal theory is that Thanksgiving is an excuse to give you 2 holidays back to back so that you can go see the in-laws for one and your actual parents on the other. That's just my personal theory.
It's a conspiracy. A conspiracy. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's open with a nice Santa question, a Father Christmas. I don't know, do you call him Santa, Father Christmas?
Santa, yeah.
Santa. Yeah, no, I call him Santa too. How many reindeer does Santa have? How many reindeer? Now,
I really want to say 12, but that seems like too easy of a number.
Okay.
I don't know. Dasher and Dancer, Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid, and Donner and Blitzen, and Rudolph. That's 9.
Is that your
I'm going to go
final
with
answer?
9. I'm probably leaving some out, but I'm going to go with 9.
You know what? I kid you not, right? You've named every single reindeer, so you get 9 bonus points for naming them all, right? And I kid you not, you are the first contestant. You're the first contestant to actually answer 9 and get the answer correct. So
Holy
massive
sitting
round
here.
of applause.
Basically, I'm singing in my head the beginning of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
It's such an easy resource to call upon.
Yeah.
Just source the music that's always playing on repeat in your head. If you can control your internal jukebox, you can do wondrous things.
You know what? There may or may not be some more Christmas song trivia coming up later, so stay tuned for that. But unbelievably, right, is the fact that everybody, without fail, has pitched the number 12. Like, everybody has said to me, oh yeah, it could be 12 reindeer, or maybe 13.
It's just such a nice, even number. I mean,
I suppose.
Everything goes in dozens, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, not Santa's reindeer, apparently, because there's only 9
Right.
of them. But, wow, I feel really, really happy that I'm awarding the first ever point for the first ever question on the 4th day. Like, I'm pleasantly surprised. I mean, you're off to a great start, man. You really are.
Well, now I can fail the next 9 questions and I have it covered with bonus points. So we're good.
That is a good point. That is a good point. Okay. So, what is the name of the festive period leading up to Christmas? What is the name of the festive
There's a couple
period?
different ones, aren't they?
Absolutely. I
know we
like
celebrate
a
an Advent calendar.
Oh, you've hit the nail on the head first time as well. Oh my goodness, what a roll. Oh man. It's like an unstoppable freight train. Again, right? This is another question that people have really, really struggled with. And That seems like a really simple question.
Maybe I'm just lucky that I've experienced all of these things on a regular basis.
Yeah. I just can't believe it. Like, please just don't stop being right. Just like plow all the way through, because then that proves that my quiz is a good quiz and people can actually get some answers correct. Because I've been accused of it being a little bit.
But it destroy the curve on this one. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. So moving on to the next question. In which country did the Christmas tree originate?
Oh.
So talk me through your process of determining the answer to this question, because if you're like me, you'd have no idea. But you might have some idea.
I don't even know where to start on that one.
Okay.
Holy cow.
Okay.
Well, I'm trying to think. Most of our Christmas traditions come from Europe.
Yep.
And there's a lot of different countries where there are evergreens.
Okay. Keep on going down.
The thought right off the top of my head was Germany, but that really doesn't seem right in my head.
Is that your final answer?
I don't really have a better guess, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Germany because a lot of our folk traditions come from Germany.
You'll never guess. It's completely correct.
Oh,
holy cow!
That was completely hypothetical.
This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. Wow, a clean sweep. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I did promise you a little bit more Christmas music trivia a little bit later on. So what did Frosty the Snowman have for a nose? Frosty the Snowman, and what did he have for a nose?
He had two eyes made of coal.
Keep on going down this path. Bring up the song inside you.
With a corncob pipe and a button nose. And two eyes made out of coal.
A button nose is indeed the correct answer. And can you even be stopped at this point? I mean, I never thought that anybody could get this far, right? I never thought that anybody could get this far.
Well, see, you have been informed over the course of the last few weeks that we've been doing stuff. That I am a huge music consumer and enjoyer. So pretty much anything to do with Christmas carols is probably going to be rattling around in my head somewhere.
Well, you know what? Once again, I'm going to promise you another Christmas trivia question.
Hey, this works.
I know. It does. I mean, wow, this is your area of expertise. It's amazing. Okay, so who said, "God bless us, everyone"? It's from a novel.
Yes, it is a Charles Dickens novel.
Wow, you get a bonus point for knowing the author.
And his name is Tim.
You know what?
Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim.
Yes, that is from A Christmas Carol, isn't it?
That is from A Christmas Carol. Indeed,
yes.
It is. Picking up the one core point for knowing Tiny Tim and the one extra bonus point for knowing the author.
Now see, are you making up these bonus points as you go along?
Genuinely no. Like, people who have watched other episodes of Potato's Christmas Banterbus will know that I have a very, very strict system. And because I'm recording these in such a tight period of time, if I give a contestant a help on one of them, then I will give them a hand on the other ones, so to speak. So I'm a little bit more lenient depending on the answers, just to make sure that I'm fair and consistent across all people, if that makes sense. But genuinely, no, that's an absolutely fantastic answer, and I didn't even help you there. Like, holy cow, you knew that. You knew.
Well, see, the story behind this one is there was actually a theater near my hometown that had a Shakespeare festival every year. And in the downtime during the Christmas break when school was off, they would always do either A Christmas Carol, or there was another play that they did for Christmas time. I can't remember what it was. But I went and saw that probably 6 or 7 times through my school years. It was kind of a family thing that we all went and did together. Yeah. We would go to that, or we would go to the Nutcracker at the Civic Center. So
Oh, yeah, okay. The what is that? The ballet? Is that ballet?
yes,
Yeah, that's
yes.
ballet. Yeah. I don't know. I'm interested in that actually. Do you know any other fun facts about Charles Dickens? Because bonus points are always available if you can provide me some fun and interesting banter and or facts.
He wrote a lot of depressing stories.
You really did. You really did.
If you I don't know. If you are already depressed, don't read Charles Dickens. And if you aren't depressed and want to be, read Charles Dickens. It is the anti-happy medication.
Wow, yeah, it really... I mean, he titled the novel Bleak House. I mean...
I know!
Who calls a novel Bleak House? Great expectations. That's just setting yourself up for failure.
And he can't even label it the best of times without us also calling it the worst of times. I mean...
Oh, man. All right, moving on to the next question. On the 8th day of Christmas... What did my true love give to me? So another tune you may be familiar with, but this is a tricky one. This is a tricky one.
Are we doing the Jeff Foxworthy Redneck Days of Christmas, or are we doing...
Since I've never heard of it, no, I guess. That sounds amazing.
Well, I've got to think about this. I know 5 down, because 5 you sing all the time. 5 golden rings, 4 falling birds.
Yeah.
Anyway, that whole mess. But I gotta think. I think 7 is Maids a Milking.
Okay.
Oh, goodness gracious.
It's a difficult one because 8 is just out of reach of what you normally sing in this song. I mean,
yeah,
you love belting out 5 gold, but
the one that everybody overkills all the time.
Exactly. Yeah,
it's like the equivalent of the Star Spangled Banner for pop singers. It's like they just can't control their voices anymore. You think they learned yodeling or something. On this one, I can honestly say that I have no idea. The dancing is higher up than 8, I think.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
I really don't want. I don't want this clean sweep of my questions to end. I mean, this is amazing. But
I don't even remember what 12 is. I'm trying to think of 12 so I can start and sing down, but I can't think of 12.
I don't actually know either. I specifically looked up this one because I thought it would be challenging, and I've not got the rest of the song here, I'm afraid. So I can't even give you a hint, which is a shame. Do you wanna submit?
I'm gonna go with 8. Geese a laying, and I know that that's wrong, but that's going to be my guess because that's the only one I can think of that's even close.
I am afraid to say that is wrong.
Dang it!
That is the wrong answer.
I knew it.
Now, the correct answer, and don't kick yourself too hard.
Am I going to hate myself? I'm going to hate myself.
It's 8 Maids a Milking.
Dang it!
It's 8 Maids a Milking.
I thought it was 7 Maids a Milking. Now I want to look it up and see what they all are.
You know what? Everybody else has always gone, oh yeah, I thought it was 7 maids, or maybe it was 9 maids a milking, but it's never 8 maids a milking. It just doesn't flow, but apparently it is.
Okay, I'm actually going to look it up here, because I want to know what 12 is.
Okay.
12 is 12 drummers drumming. 11 pipers piping, 10 lords a leaping, 9 ladies dancing, 8 maids a milking.
Yeah.
I would have not gotten half of those.
Yeah.
And geese a laying is 6.
Well, that's why I chose it. I chose it to be difficult.
That is a difficult one.
It is, and I'm afraid with that your streak comes to an end, which is really unfortunate. No.
Well, with each ending comes a new beginning. So, how many questions we got left for streak number 2?
We've got a whole bunch of questions left, but we are going to be going on to the last question in the Christmas section. Now, this is a fairly regionalized question, and I'm not entirely sure if you're going to get it, so I will be fairly generous with my points for the people, that don't live in the UK. So, traditionally, what type of pie is left out for Santa on Christmas Eve?
Well, we leave cookies and milk out for Santa.
Oh my heathens. Absolute
Ah.
heathens.
So on that one, I can honestly say I have no earthly idea. I don't even know what kinds of pie y'all have over there. We have pumpkin and apple and that kind of thing. What kind of pie is there in the UK?
What kind of pie? Well, it's a very, very obscure type of pie, and one that may confuse a couple of people. Now, the actual name of it, right, is a mince pie.
I am admitting my defeat, so I'm not venturing a guess.
That's cool. That's cool. But the name is a mince pie, right? And
I know what that is.
No,
I've heard of it. Let me rephrase that. I've heard of it.
So what is a mince pie in your mind?
Is it a meat pie?
It's not a meat pie. See?
I have the wrong picture in my head then.
Yeah. Okay, so mince is usually like ground up beef, right? You know, that's the common term for mince. But mince in the Christmas pie capacity is sort of like like a fruity with sultanas and raisins and lard. Is it lard? No, it's not lard. It's suet. And you just make it into this nice gooey sort of paste, and then
it is a hearty pie.
A hearty pie, and then you stick it on the inside of pastry, and Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, and Gertrude's your favorite sister. You've got yourself a mince pie. That's how a mince pie works. You
learn something new every day.
Exactly. Now, for a bonus point that is up for grabs here, can you name food, which is left out for Santa's chief reindeer? What food is left out for Santa's chief reindeer?
I have never heard of that.
You've never heard of this?
Never.
I am surprised. I am very surprised.
I don't know. I'm going to go with a cube of sugar because that is typically something that you would give to a horse or something.
Yeah, once again, this is not really something that is internationalized in the slightest, and I discovered this when I recorded yesterday's episode with Rhapsody, and he had no idea what I was talking about, and I probably should have thought about that, but a carrot is what you traditionally leave out for
that was going to be my second guess, but I thought that a cube of sugar would be more universal.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. But yeah, milk. You know what? I'll give you half a point for milk. Half a point for milk. There you go. Because milk is something that we would probably leave out for Santa as well. I mean, yeah, it's just a bit of fun, and as soon as the kids go to bed, you can drink the milk and eat the mince pie, and it's great.
Yep.
It's fantastic.
You don't take a bite out of the mince pie and leave it as evidence?
Oh, that's a good point. That is a very good point, actually.
Because I know the tradition over here is for those of you who already know that Santa might not be as real as he is supposed to be.
What?
The parents always take a bite out of one of the cookies and leave it on the tray and drink half the glass of milk. And then so the kids can get up and see it, and it's like Santa was there and he took a nibble.
Oh wow, that's some next level roleplay right there. Holy cow!
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Well, I mean, obviously, if Santa ate all of the cookies and drank all of the milk at all of the houses, that would just be too much. It would probably be sick.
Yeah, exactly. Ridiculous. Oh my goodness. But that concludes the Christmas section of the quiz. How do you think you did there? How do you think you did? Evaluate your performance
reasonably well. I kind of failed epically on the last couple of questions, but overall I think it went okay. Especially those bonus points off of the reindeer. I think that kind of floated me through the rest of it.
Well, I think, in all honesty, you performed probably the best out of every contestant so far in the Christmas section, so you can be happy about that.
That is only one section, though.
That is only one section, although I would consider that personally to be the most difficult, but my opinion is almost completely irrelevant because I'm not doing the quiz.
Perhaps you overrate an American's knowledge on the world abroad. Then we'll just see what happens.
But you don't know what the second part of the quiz is about.
Well, fill me in.
Okay, the second part of the quiz, ladies and gentlemen, and Mr. Brink, is all about YouTube. Okay. So, we're sort of internet celebrities right now, especially you, especially
Snicker.
Yeah,
Snicker.
exactly.
Snicker.
No word of a lie right there. Um, so I'm going to be asking a couple of questions pertaining at first to your YouTube channel and then more generally to YouTube as we progress through. So let's start things off easy. At this exact moment, the time of recording, how many subscribers do you have?
I
One
have
point to the nearest 10 and 1 extra point for the exact number.
I have 3,096. I think.
Okay. I can reveal that you have 3,095. So you know what?
Oh!
I'm gonna give you 1.5 points for that because that was a darn close answer. That was a very, very close answer. Holy cow! I mean, yeah, wow, that's impressive.
I looked at it this morning and it was 3,092. So I was thinking that maybe there was 4 since then because it's been like 8 hours. But yeah,
but
close guess.
Clearly, just not that popular, I suppose. Clearly, just it's just not.
You know
no,
what?
I
I have a good analogy for this.
Okay.
We're internet celebrities in the same way as guys at a karaoke bar are celebrities. We have a teeny tiny but super dedicated audience.
Oh man. What a lovely bunch of folk they are as well. They're fantastic. And you know what? Maybe if they like your banter, they'll be voting for you. They'll be smashing that like button and giving you all those points. So. Yeah. Okay. So let's move on to another question. So, other than Supreme Commander, what are the 2 most recent games you have played on your channel?
The 2 most recent?
The 2 most recent games that have been posted as videos.
Hearthstone and Conflict's Revolutionary Space Battles.
Perfect. Easy question. Maybe I should have made it slightly more challenging, but you know what? Hey ho.
You're on a schedule, things are easy.
Yeah, exactly. So now we're going to be talking a little bit more generally about YouTube and sort of its history, I suppose. So, what was the name of the first video that was uploaded to YouTube? And you get a bonus point for the account name, and you get a bonus point for the year in which that video was uploaded. So,
it seems like it was something to do with an elephant.
Okay. It's good logic.
I have no idea what the name of the video was or the account name.
Okay.
But that would have been in 2005.
That is indeed the correct year. That is perfect.
Yes.
And I'm actually going to give you 1.5 points for this. So there's a total of 3 points that were up for grabs. And the name of the video is actually Me at the Zoo. But since you said an elephant, you're sort of on the right track.
I knew it was something to do with an animal or something. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah. Well, no, there is an elephant in the video, and the guy, the account name Jod, who is one of the founders, the second name of one of the founders, he's seen talking in front of an elephant, and he talks about its trunk, and he awkwardly discusses how it moves around and what it does, and it's a really surreal experience, I must say. It's a very strange video. But you know what? 1.5 points for there, I think, is...
I think if you went and looked at the first video on any channel on YouTube, it would probably be a surreal, awkward experience, especially for the person that posted it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, especially. But that's a good answer. So, moving on. When did Google buy YouTube? In what year?
Oh.
In what year did Google buy YouTube?
I'm going to go with 2008.
2008. I'm afraid to say that is not the correct answer. Google did, in fact, buy YouTube in November of 2006. So...
Oh, wow. I was way off on that one.
A fair bit... You know what? You're not the furthest off. I think somebody answered 2009, so...
I knew it was relatively early in YouTube history. But, so they bought them after they were in existence for a little over a year.
Over a year, I think. Yeah, I think that's...
Okay.
That's what it is, but... Yeah, so, not completely ridiculously far off, but not close enough to get the points, I'm afraid, which is, points mean prizes.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. So, are you into Gangnam Style? Is that a tune that you like?
I am aware of it. I am not a fan.
You're not a fan.
I would say.
Okay, well then this question is going to be difficult for you then. This question is
Uh-oh.
going to be very challenging. So, how many views does Gangnam Style actually have, rounded to the nearest 100 million? Nearest 100 million.
It's over 900, isn't it?
900 million? It might be over 900 million, yes. It's safe to say it is over 900 million. Okay, I'll give you that.
Is it
over
into the
900 million.
No, wait, hold on. It's in the billions of views now, I think.
I don't know, is it? You'll have to tell me.
Wow. It's been a long time since I've looked at that. Oh goodness gracious.
I don't know.
Are there videos in the billions of views? I think it's in the millions.
I can't help you.
Can I just like pull a number out and see where it goes?
Okay.
I don't want to seem too ridiculous here.
Okay. Pull a number out and see where it goes.
I'm gonna say it's definitely over 1 billion.
Okay. I'll grant you that it's.
And
over
if it
1 billion.
is, I know there was an 8 in it somewhere the last time I looked at it. So I'm gonna go with
Wait.
1.856 billion.
1.856 billion.
I'm probably way off.
You're 700 million off. Okay? You're 700 million off. That's the bad
high?
news. You are low. It's actually to the nearest 100 million. Got to 2.5 billion views.
Good lord.
Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it?
That's a lot of
really
views.
Crazy. It's got something like I checked this morning and it was 2,465,000,000. So, you know,
is it still the most viewed on YouTube, or has there been one that's passed it?
Nope, it is the most viewed video on YouTube.
Has been for a while now, I think.
Yeah. It has been, since about a year into its existence or whatever. But I remember YouTube, you know, they did some thing around where they had to change some integer modeling thing because the view counter was about to surpass anything that they could handle.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what sort of steered me towards
so many views on your video that it literally broke YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
A goal that only the best of us can aspire to.
Quite. Unfortunately, I cannot award you any points for that, which...
Yeah, it's okay.
I think you'll agree that that's fair. You know, I
am not going to argue. I've been surprised at some of the ones that you have awarded me, so I'm not going to complain.
Okay, that's good. So YouTube is the third most visited English language site, or third most visited site in the English-speaking realm of the internet. Can you name position 1 and or position 2? You get 1 point for position 1 and 1 point for position 2. What do you think?
I'm going to say number 1 is Google.
Okay.
Because that seems kind of obvious to me.
Yep, that absolutely is correct.
But number 2 is a problem. I kind of want to say eBay off the top of my head, but that doesn't seem right because it's probably social media. And if it's social media, it's probably Facebook. So let's go Google number 1 and Facebook number 2.
Google number 1, Facebook number 2. That is correct. 2 points. Nailing it. The streak could be starting itself back up again. You never can tell. Holy cow. Wow. This is mighty impressive. What
Google has to be number 1 because I mean, everything is Google. They control like 78% of internet traffic for crying out loud. Yeah. But
it's ridiculous. Yeah, although it's not Google anymore, it's Alphabet. That's a fun fact, isn't it?
It's Google.
Yeah, it's Google.
It will always be Google.
It's rebranded.
What
was it? They rebranded it into Alphabet, and now Alphabet owns Google or some weird.
Alphabet is the parent company of Google by legal shenanigan.
Yeah, legal, probably tax evasion shenanigans.
Yeah.
Suspicioso. Anyway, how many hours of video are uploaded to YouTube every minute? Rounded to the nearest 10
I actually
hours.
saw that statistic recently.
Okay.
Rounded to the nearest what now?
The nearest 10 hours, so I don't know. Whatever you think. What do you think?
That's a good one.
What do you think? What's your thought process? I mean, you upload about what?
The first number that pops into my head is 100 hours.
Okay. Just think back to when you saw that statistic. Think back.
I know it's been a couple of weeks. Normally, random numbers like this just stick in my head, but ugh.
I can appreciate that.
It's probably more than 100.
Okay, maybe.
In fact, it's definitely more than 100.
Okay.
Let's go. It's to the nearest 10. So I'm just going to pull a number out. Let's say it is 275 hours per minute.
275 hours. Okay, you know what? I'll grant you that, but the correct answer is in fact, rounded to the nearest 10, 60 hours. So
60 hours?
60 hours. That's right. 60 hours every minute. And let me be clear, right? You are not the only person to severely overestimate how many hours are uploaded to YouTube every minute. But
really?
No, you're not. You're genuinely not. A lot of people have been going above 100, and thinking that it was really that high. But no, rounded to the nearest 10 is 60. Obviously, that depends. Depends on the time of day. Depends on who's uploading, if it's a busy day or a quiet day or whatnot. But I think that 60 is a fairly fair number as a nice little average.
Absolutely.
But you know what? That's not too shabby. Unfortunately, though, no points for that. So the start of that streak.
Does YouTube put those statistics out?
I think I did find it from a YouTube page, although I can't quite recall at this moment in time.
It doesn't matter.
I may just be completely wrong. That is a slight possibility. But unfortunately, I've marked everybody on 60 hours, so
okay.
Hey ho, that's what I'm gonna go for. But nobody has any idea anyway. So now, for the end of the specific YouTube section, I suppose, let's go back to your channel, or specifically maybe other channels within your household. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a question about Belle's channel. Okay. Now, Belle is your wife. That is correct.
Yes.
For people out there, and I would like to know how many videos has she uploaded to her channel. How many videos? Now, I
uploaded all of them.
I'm not saying that I'm going to tweet her this link if you get it wrong, but
yeah. Well, she did 4 for the Dragon Tattoo series.
Okay.
So there's 4.
Okay.
And then she did Magnus Chase and Throne of Glass just recently.
Okay.
I think there was one more in there, but I can't remember what the title of it was.
Okay.
Something mafia sounding. About death. So that would be 4. That would be 7.
That would be 7.
Yes, 7.
Okay. You know what?
What?
You know what? That is 100% correct. Congratulations.
Yes.
Man. Wow. There was a lot riding on that one. I tell you, there was a lot riding on that one. Holy
yeah.
cow.
Well, not only my wife being extremely derisive if I got it wrong, but also the fact that I should know that because I'm the one that did them all.
Well, that was my sort of thought process. I know you've been involved behind the scenes in setting up her channel and doing that sort of stuff. So I figured I'd throw you a little bit of a curveball.
Don't ask me how many videos are on my channel.
Oh. No, it's okay. The YouTube section is done. So overall, I actually think you did really, really well. I genuinely do. Looks like you're definitely stacking up in comparison to your opponents. I haven't actually added up all the numbers yet, but you're definitely, you're definitely doing very well at this current moment in time. And that leads us into the final section of the quiz. And are you excited?
I am. Right, what is this? Dying to know.
It's just like every quiz. Every quiz has got to have a general knowledge section, doesn't it?
Oh, okay.
A general knowledge section. Now, I think they're quite fair questions, and I think that you should have no problem in answering all of them. Okay, so first things first. Which Apollo 11 astronaut did not set foot on the moon?
Oh, I should know this.
You are an American.
I
presume.
really should know this.
You're a patriot. You know, you got the first man on the moon, Neil and Buzz. You know. So
I was about to try to come up with the two that did. I know Neil Armstrong, obviously, and Buzz. Aldrin, yes.
Buzz Aldrin, indeed, that is correct.
But who was the one that did not?
This was the guy that was actually orbiting around the moon in the command vehicle.
Well, sadly, obviously, this would be the one that would be lost to history.
Yeah, it is. It really is, and it's a real shame because nobody knows who this guy is. I mean, obviously,
yeah.
I pretend like I do know who he is, but I only know his name. You know, everybody knows Neil and Buzz, but nobody knows this guy.
Yeah, and see, my question would be like, did they draw straws to determine who that would be, or
I don't know.
I'm trying to think of any other astronauts' names that I know.
Mm-hmm.
There was one whose name was Michael, but I can't remember what his last name was.
Okay.
And I don't know if he was on that mission or not.
Okay.
But that's the name popping into my head. So usually they always say go with your first instinct.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say first name Michael, and I have no idea what the last name is.
Well, I can say you're 50% correct. And
nice.
That's wow. That came out of nowhere. Where did that little burst of knowledge come from?
Things stick in my head.
You're not
sometimes not entirely. Obviously, this one only half stuck. So
you're not like secretly Googling behind my back and just answering these questions purposefully badly, so I don't think you're Googling things. Is that not the plan? Is that not what you're doing?
Well, obviously, if I say no, it looks like denial. And if I no, I'm not Googling things behind your back.
No, quite right. No, but that's actually really, really good, and I'll give you 50% of the points for that because that's impressive. I'm still amazed that you just managed to pull that one out of nowhere.
Was it?
It's the Michael Collins.
Hold on. Wait. Let me think about this for a minute.
Okay.
Aldrin?
No. Buzz Aldrin. Buzz Aldrin was the guy that was on the moon.
I know. I'm trying to think just last names. Aldrin, Armstrong. Aldrin.
See, I did actually say his last name, but I don't think you heard me.
You did?
I did say his last name, yeah. But
I'm lost.
No. Continue through this thought process. You know,
no.
You could up it to 1 point.
No, I'm done. I'm not going to come up with it.
Okay.
I was thinking that might trigger something in my memory, but it didn't. So.
Okay, so it was Michael Collins, right?
Yes.
Michael Collins. Yeah. Such a very, very common name. You know?
See, this is where you're torn. You have to decide whether you're going to celebrate the fact that you actually went into space and you were on the ship that let people touch down on the moon, or you have to spend the entire rest of your life in depression because you never actually set foot there, even though you got within like 100 miles of the surface.
Okay. Probably less than 100 miles in fairness.
Oh yeah, less than 100 miles. That's like driving from New York to Panama City Beach and walking down and dipping your pinky toe in the water and not jumping in.
Yeah. I can appreciate that. That is a really good analogy, actually. Holy cow. I like that a lot. Okay. Moving on. Have you ever seen Mad Max? Is that a film franchise you are...
No, I have not.
Okay. Well, then you're not going to get this question, I'm afraid. What was Mad Max's last name? I presume you're aware of Mad Max.
I am aware of Mad Max.
Yeah.
But no, I would have no idea.
No, you know what? That's understandable. Not everybody can answer all the questions correctly, which is a real shame. No, this was a really, really difficult one, and so far only one person's actually got it right. His last name was Rokitansky, so it's Max Rokitansky. But
that is a doozy of a last name.
It's quite something. It is. Really,
that is one that you would never
expensive.
guess. I mean, Collins you could come up with just as a generic name, but
yeah.
obviously not. I've already forgotten what it was.
Exactly.
Rock,
Such an obscure name.
Rocket,
Rocketansky.
Rocketansky. Okay.
Rocketansky. Unless I'm butchering the pronunciation of that.
Ask me again in 5 minutes, and I'll have no idea.
You know what? Neither would I if I didn't have to just read it off a sheet. But hey ho. Anyway, so how are you with chemistry? Are you down with chemistry? Are you down with the whole elements sort of thing?
I'll give it my best shot.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
It was at one point, but I've had a lot of years to forget about stuff.
Okay, so what is the common name for triatomic oxygen? Triatomic
oxygen. That would be ozone, would it not?
Oh my goodness, congratulations. I think you're actually the first person to completely get that correct.
Fantastic.
Very well done. Oh my goodness. Now, what I have said in the past is because not many people have managed to get that. So I've sort of said, hey, if you can tell me some fun facts about ozone, then, I'll give you a little bit of extra pointage here and there. So if you can manage to, spill us some beans on some fun facts regarding ozone, then there could be an extra
ozone
point in
is an odor depressor. So you get air filters that have ozone generators on them, and it bonds with odor particles and makes them drop to the ground, eliminating them from the air supply. So when you're breathing stuff in, you don't smell nasty things. So put an ozone generator in your house. Really good at getting rid of smoke smells and that kind of thing. It composes a thin layer in the upper atmosphere that for a long time scientists thought was being depleted very rapidly, and that there was a hole in the ozone layer and all that kind of stuff, which has kind of been cast to the wayside because it was not entirely accurate. More misconception due to some things happening there. But anyway, I'm not sure of any other uses. I'm just sitting here racking my brain trying to think of things.
You know what? I quite like the odor depressor one. That's good enough for half a point. So other contestants have talked a little bit about the ozone layer, especially about the ozone layer, and the fact that it used to be around in aerosol cans in the 1980s before it was banned, outlawed then. But you're the first person to actually bring up the whole odor thing. Like, I think that's really interesting.
They use ozone treatment. Like if you have, say someone got sick in your car or something, if you put an ozone generator in your car with the doors shut for 24 hours, it'll just about entirely kill the smell.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's very cool. I did not know that. Yeah. So, another
also
one
triggers severe sinus sensitivity if you breathe too much of it in.
You just keep on coming out with these facts. Holy cow. Like, save some for the other people. I mean, come on. Yeah, so wow. Yeah, so a funny little story, right, is that one of the contestants, right? The guy whose episode came out yesterday, Rhapsody, he really had no idea what the question was about. So as soon as I told him the answer, and I was like, "Oh, hey, give us some fun facts about ozone," and he started going on about the band from Romania, and how they did the Numa Numa song. Yeah, I thought that was great. I didn't even think
about that.
Yeah, I thought that was very impressive. I thought, a nice little extra fun fact for you there.
Way to think on your toes.
Yeah, I know, very impressive. Anyway, moving on. This is going to be a Harry Potter question. I presume you know a little bit about Harry Potter. I mean, that's a fairly internationalized franchise at this point, isn't it?
Am I going to get lynched by a mob if I say that I've never read any of them?
No, I mean, I've read all of them, but that just makes me sound like
I am very aware of what goes on in them, but I have never sat down and read all of them.
Okay, so I would imagine that this question is going to be right on the fringe of your knowledge of...
Give it 50-50.
The films. Yeah, pretty much. So, which Hogwarts professor teaches Transfiguration? Hogwarts professor that teaches Transfiguration.
So
this is shape-shifting, in effect. And...
I'm going to go with... I'm going to assume that probably has a lot to do with animals and things.
Okay.
So, and I think that Hagrid, is it Hagrid, the guy, the big guy with the beard?
Hagrid. Okay.
Hagrid.
Okay.
I have no idea on the pronunciation of these things. I'm going to go with him because that makes the most logical sense to me, but I am going to preface that with the statement that I have absolutely no idea. This is a less than educated guess.
You know what? I can appreciate that, and, you know, for an educated guess, it's not bad, but unfortunately, it's not the right answer. In fact, the correct answer was Professor McGonagall, who is the head of Gryffindor House, and she can be seen transfiguring into a cat at the start of the very first movie and multiple times throughout other movies.
I would not know that.
Yeah, that's a fairly difficult question if you've never watched the movies closely or read the books. So I can really appreciate how that has hindered you. But you do get a bonus point for knowing who plays Professor McGonagall in the movies. Do you have any idea?
I would also have no idea of that.
Also, do you watch Downton Abbey? Is that something that Americans watch? No, didn't think so. I don't watch it either. Dame Maggie Smith is the person's name, and yeah, she's a tough old cow, and she's quite old now, actually. Fun fact.
There's another generic name, Maggie Smith, right up there with Michael Collins. That one's sitting on the tip of your tongue.
Maybe she orbited the moon as well, but her name is just so generic we just forgot about it. You know, I mean, maybe. Okay. Anyway, moving along to the fifth question of the general knowledge section. What is the name of a collective group of crows?
A murder.
A murder. Fantastic. That is great. You know, easy points. Easy points. No bother at all.
Anybody who is a well of useless information has that one on the tip of their tongues.
Yeah, it's the perfect one to spout out at just random knowledge occasions. You're like, oh yeah, did you know?
Right up there with, did you know that rubber bands last longer in the refrigerator?
No, I did not. Why do they last longer in the refrigerator?
The humidity control prevents dry rot.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. You know what? Have 50% extra for that. That was an amazing fact.
Let's see if I'm wrong about that. That's going to be terrible.
No, but you know what?
I do know they last long in the refrigerator, and I think it's the humidity control. That would be my guess.
I think it must be because they tend to go brittle when they're just left out for years and years.
Let's Google this.
Okay.
Why do rubber bands last longer in the refrigerator?
I think you're probably right, actually, in regards to humidity control. It must be. It must be. It simply must be. Although I don't know. Okay.
This has to do with the complex way that rubber bands behave. Holy cow, this is a way longer answer than I thought it would be.
The complex way in which they behave.
Oh, when a rubber band is stretched, it causes the polymer chains to become very ordered.
Oh no, we don't want a chemistry. We don't want a serious answer.
Oh
no,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm just going to close this out and ignore this like I never saw it, because I would have to read about 4 paragraphs to understand what's going on there. Let's just go with humidity.
Let's just go with humidity. You know what? It's enough for the bonus point. It's enough for the 50% extra bonus point. So there you go. So
now I'm curious. I got to bookmark that.
returning to space for a little bit. So what is the closest galaxy other than the Milky Way to Earth? I mean, obviously, we are in the Milky Way. What is the galaxy out with that?
Again, with the first thing that pops into your head is usually the best thing to go with. Andromeda immediately came to the forefront of my mind. But now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, I can't remember if that's a star or a galaxy.
Okay.
But I'm drawing a blank on any other galaxies, so I'm just going to go with Andromeda.
It's correct. You've got nothing to worry about.
Lord.
I know.
I don't even know where that came from.
It's insanity. It's like, oh my goodness. This is crazy. It's crazy. Oh my goodness. I am genuinely surprised at the amount of random answers you've just managed to pull out of thin air. Holy cow.
Let's see. Okay.
Oh man.
To give a little backstory on this, all of my brothers used to refer to me as the walking encyclopedia because I had this entire collection of books, like the 300 Strange Facts That Nobody Knows, and several editions of Ripley's Believe It or Not, and all of this other stuff. And I hoarded factoid books, and I read them over and over and over again and just memorized all of this random crap. So I was walking around the house, 7, 8, 9 years old, and no matter what anybody said, I always had a random fact to pull out of nowhere that was appropriate. And eventually they got super sick of it, but like all of that stuff floating around, sometimes the memory all works. Yeah. If I think about it, I can't come up with an answer. But if you say something and I just blurt out the first thing that pops into my head, a lot of the time it's the right thing.
That's crazy. That's so crazy. And the fact that I was like, closest galaxy to Earth, and you're like, Andromeda. Like, just, you would, it's like you have no conscious idea what you're doing, and you suddenly just pull the right answer out. It's amazing.
The awesomeness of subconscious memory recall. It's
crazy. It is really, really insane. But wow, well done on getting that. I mean, whether you deserve that point or not, wow, you get it for being impressive. That's for damn certain. Holy cow. But anyway, moving right along to the 7th question. What do the dots on a pair of dice, D6 dice, add up to?
On a D6?
On a D6.
Well, obviously I could sit here and count them. So we got 3, 6, 10, 15, 21.
Okay. Is that your final answer?
3, 6, 10, 15, 21. Yeah.
Okay. You know what? You, just like everyone else, really, really missed out the most important part of this question.
On a D6.
What do the dots on a pair of dice
Oh! Well, yeah, too late now. I gave you my answer.
No, you know what? Everybody else did that. Have half a point for being just as forgetful as everyone else.
It's like the old riddles where you're like, what was the color of General Lee's gray mare?
Yeah. Nobody knows the answer to some of these crazy questions. But you know what? You did.
Well, the point was, I told you what color the mare was.
Oh, ha ha ha! Golden gray, ha ha.
Yeah. What was the color of What was the color of General Lee's old gray mare?
Old gray.
And if you're not actually listening, you don't hear it.
Exactly. How crazy is that? All right. So moving on, we're going to finish with a question about anatomy. What is the largest bone by volume in the human body?
The femur.
The femur. Oh, straight away. The walking encyclopedia strikes again, ladies and gents. Holy cow. Wow. There was only one. No, there was two. There was 2 questions in the general knowledge which you didn't actually have an answer for, and that was the Mad Max name and the McGonagall question. But apart from that, you picked up at least half a point in everything else.
I told you before this started, I suck at pop culture.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. I mean, but as soon as you start traveling down the road of like weirder stuff, like what is the closest galaxy to Earth? Like it's like you're all over this stuff, man. It's crazy.
The weirder your facts are, the easier they are.
Well, congratulations for surviving for the entirety of the quiz section of Potato's Christmas Banterbus. Obviously, there will be a link in the description and an annotation on screen letting people know exactly how they can find you. So you've survived the Christmas Banterbus quiz. It's not all over yet, though. But for people that have never, heard of you, seen you before, who are you? What do you do?
I am a strategy game caster. I've been doing Supreme Commander Forged Alliance stuff for about 1.5 years now, actually. And basically, I love epic, grand-scale strategy games. Kind of trying to broaden my horizon, playing a little bit of a variety of things now. But basically, if you want a good, solid experience dealing with huge explosions, vast armies, and large playfields, I've got what you need.
Wow, that is quite compelling. Well, Brink, thank you very, very much for hopping on Potato's Christmas Banterbus.
Absolutely, man. It is
really appreciate you coming on. It's been fun. I hope you've enjoyed it. I mean,
genuinely a pleasure.
Yeah, it's. I thought it's quite good fun. Just there's something a little bit different for Christmas. But yeah, if you think Brink's banter is good, smash the like button, because points mean prizes. Points mean prizes. And, Brink has
no one mentioned prizes when we were going into this.
That's because I haven't thought of the prize quite yet, but I'm working on it as fast as I can.
If I win, do I get to pick my prize?
Maybe. Yeah, I'll have that Lamborghini, please. Yeah. No, but yeah. Ladies and gents, if you've liked Brink's banter, then by all means help him out. Help him beat the Banterbus by pressing that like button, because it will all go into a pool, and it will all add up, and it will assist him in becoming the victor, which perhaps is something that you want to see. Hey ho, I don't know. Ladies and gents, thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow for the last episode of Potato's Banterbus before the victor is announced. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.